guys, it is Lauren here and I am back. I'm finally home from Tijuana, Mexico, where I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy and I didn't have any complications or anything like that, and things went well. I went to Dr. Ariel Ortiz at the Obesity Control Center in Tijuana, Mexico. I'll just jump into my stats, which my high weight before surgery was 283 pounds, and my current weight as of this morning and my 1 week post-surgery weight is 258.4 pounds. So it's a 24.6 pound weight loss, and feels great. My weight the day of surgery was 265 pounds. So my weight loss from surgery was 265 minus 258.6, 6.4 pound weight loss in surgery. I am not struggling to get in fluids or anything like that much at this point. I do have to sip kind of slowly, or I feel a tightness in my chest for sure. And as far as like thick things like drinkable yogurts or soups that are creamy or whatever, I do definitely have to drink them more slowly, and it's kind of a strange feeling and adjustment, but that's okay. I want to let you guys know how my trip was. I apologize for not having more video from while I was there. I did not feel well, so that's kind of the reason why I felt very ill. Like the first day after surgery, I felt kind of okay. I was on medication in the hospital, and then the day that I went back to the hotel from the hospital, I didn't feel well at all. My incisions hurt quite a bit, and it was pretty tough on me. I really didn't enjoy traveling after surgery either, and I pretty much stayed in my hotel room for the majority of the time that I was in Mexico, and I would have to say, for those of you who are going, you're brave and you can do it and everything, but I'm so glad that I had my husband with me, because I don't know what I would have done without him. It was hard, it was painful. I had a really hard time getting fluids in the first couple of days, and my stomach was very swollen. I could see it at the barium swallow, that it was very narrow at a certain point. And even the internal medicine doctor at Obesity Control Center said that it was narrow, and that I think it took an additional like 4 seconds or something like that for me to swallow, a lot longer than what was normal. So even though I don't have any complications, that was definitely an issue for me, and I didn't feel well, and I felt very like dehydrated. I didn't have my vitamins and stuff, so I felt off. The day that I got to San Diego after the border crossing, I felt a huge sense of relief, because I knew that a huge part of the trip was behind me. The border crossing itself wasn't a great experience for me. It was really like a strange thing. I live in Maine, and I'm not used to like seeing that kind of a thing, I guess. I felt like the agents at the border crossing were really rude, and I travel in and out of the United States a lot, and I have for a lot of my life. I think the first time I left the country, I was probably like 9 years old, and I just have never encountered people who seem so like rude at the border, so that really threw me off, and I didn't feel well, and we had to walk across, which it was okay. It was only like maybe a couple of blocks, but I didn't really know what to do or expect, and I didn't know that in advance, that we would have to walk across the border and then have our driver meet us on the other side. And he took about a half an hour of extra time that we were just standing there waiting, and it was an uncomfortable feeling. I thought at one point that we were gonna have to take a taxi to our hotel, and that he wouldn't, maybe he didn't get across the border or something, and so that wasn't like the greatest experience. Maybe if you're with a large group of others, you don't feel so strangely waiting at the border like that, but I felt really strange, and it was just me and my husband. There was only There were only 2 others that had surgery the same day as me. One had gone home earlier, and he had a different procedure, and then the other, I'm not sure what she had. She was, I believe, Mexican. She only spoke Spanish, so we didn't really communicate, and that was fine. I also found it kind of strange that she was allowed to have her family there until like after 7 o'clock, I think, at night, and my husband was asked to leave the obesity control center at like 3:30, so that kind of made me not feel the greatest. I wanted my husband there with me. He was very helpful to me in my recovery and walking around and everything. I really felt like I needed him there with me. So that wasn't my favorite thing. As far as the procedure went, everything is normal. My scars or my wounds, they look very good. I feel like they're gonna heal very well, and so that's a positive thing, really. The doctors at the Obesity Control Center were excellent. They seemed very well informed. They spoke wonderful English. The nurses were great. They did a great job doing my IV. I didn't have any issues, and they did a great job drawing blood as well. There were no issues whatsoever. So that was really good. Yeah, it was a good trip in general. I wish that I had been a little bit more prepped, I guess, and that is partially my fault as well. I didn't know anyone or have anyone's, personal experience about every step of the way and what it would look like in having surgery in Mexico. But I have to say that I'm so glad that it's behind me. And as soon as I got home, my family was so happy to see me. They gave me flowers and a beautiful little bonsai tree and a nice little candle, and they were just so glad that I was home, and I was so glad too. I'm so glad that the surgery is behind me. I'm glad that I got it done when I got it done, and now I'm on to the next phase, so that's great. And this full liquid stage is tricky too. It's not the easiest thing. I have been pureeing soups and then straining them, which is really good. And finally today, yesterday, because yesterday was my day 7, I started being able to take vitamins again, and I'm not sure if I still need to or not, but I've been crushing them in this like marble mortar and pestle that I have, and so I'll just take them that way, and I've been crushing all of my pills, and just doing that because it seems to settle okay. So that's good. And I don't feel dehydrated or anything anymore since I've been home, and after like the 3rd day, I guess, which was the day that I was after probably the 4th day, which was the day that I was traveling home from Mexico, I started to be able to drink more, and I'm able to have protein shakes, and I've been finding some new ones that I like. When I was in the airport at JFK in New York, switching flights, I bought this Core Power protein shake, which is pretty high in sugar. I think it has like 25 grams of sugar in it, which is kind of a lot, but I had not had anything except for water before that and Gatorade, and I felt so depleted, and there were no other protein shakes in the airport, and I couldn't find any almond milk or anything to mix one for myself, so I bought this protein shake, and it was made with Fairlife milk, I believe, and it was so delicious. So I ordered some more of those, and I think I'm gonna just dilute them with almond milk probably when I get them. And then I had another one today too, which was I think it's called Ionic Protein, and that shake is delicious too, and I just randomly found that at TJ Maxx last night, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just trying to try new things now because I am very sick of the protein powder that I have, which is like the recommended kind by my surgeon, and it has this like fake sugary taste, and I just can't do it anymore. So on to the next, I guess. And I'm just doing my best to follow all the guidelines and everything of my surgeon. They say days 4 through 17 are full liquids, and then days 18 through 27 are pureed foods. I have also seen a lot of things online that show that after 2 weeks, so after 14 days instead of 17, that you can move on to pureed foods, which I'm really excited for, so I'm not sure whether or not I'll do that. I'm just gonna do whatever my body tells me is right. There was a soup that I had last night, and I forgot to strain it, and it was like a chowder, and it had like little pieces in it, and I could feel it, and after I swallowed it I felt a little bit like strange in my stomach. So I decided, you know, I really do need to keep straining things and sticking with it for now, but I'm not sure how I'll feel in a week, so we'll see. Anyway, I have been rambling a little bit, but I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this video has helped you. Ask me any questions that you want about traveling to and from Mexico. For me, honestly, I don't know if I would have done it or if I would have done it at all had I known what the experience was like. And that's just me. And I know that there's a lot of other people who have surgery where I had surgery and have wonderful experiences. And honestly, the staff and the people and everything in Mexico are wonderful. It's just how comfortable you are while you're healing from a surgery and not being at home. For me, I really wanted the comforts of home. So just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to put anything negative out there about my experience at Obesity Control Center. They were really wonderful, and so yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, though, that I don't know if I would do it again if I had the option. I am really glad that I have it behind me, though, and so there's that. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your views and likes and subscribes and everything. I love it when you guys comment, so feel free, and take care, and I'll talk to you guys again in a week, and I'll let you know how things are going. Thanks so much. Bye!